Well, we're talking a lot more about Carly Fiorina with Kirsten Powers. She's a Democrat with whom I have a great deal in common, I should say. Ms. Powers will be joining us in about 15 minutes. Now, Ms. Fiorina is going to be under attack because of this. Look at this, the latest CNN poll. It's the first one since the debate. It has her in second place, surging ahead, not ahead, but she's in second place, behind Donald Trump, who has actually dropped 8 percentage points from the same poll just a few weeks ago. Look at that. Now, move on to the markets, please, because we've got a rally, nice one, up 175 points for the Dow Industrials. Big contrast with Friday when we dropped 290. If you look at the Dow 30, you'll see that 29 of them are in the green. That's a broad-based rally, then, for the stock market this Monday morning. Let's get right back to politics, shall we? And bring in Brit Hume, Fox News senior political analyst. Brit, you saw the poll we just quoted there. Dare I suggest, for one brief shining moment, that Donald Trump has peaked? Dangerous game to say that, I know, but has he peaked?
Well, it certainly is a suggestion in that poll that he might well have, but it's a small sample for a national poll, about 404 voters, and the margin of error is pretty wide, which means that we could soon have another poll with a contrasting result. But nonetheless, it does say a couple of things. One is that he may well have leveled off, if not begun to slip. Fiorina certainly helped herself in the debate, as did Marco Rubio, who rose strikingly in this poll, up about 11 points from where he stood before. So those three takeaways, it seems to me, are legitimate.
Okay. Now, Dr. Ben Carson, this morning facing a media firestorm over the comments that he made yesterday. I'm going to roll tape. Our viewers, I just won't let our viewers see it again.
Do you believe that Islam is consistent with the Constitution?
No, I don't. I do not. I would not advocate that we put a Muslim in charge of this nation. I absolutely would not agree with that.
Well, Britt, Ben Carson seems to have broken right through the politically correct straitjacket. He's just talking straight out there. What do you say?
Well, perhaps so, and that's all well and good, but it's a controversy about something that is completely hypothetical. There's not a Muslim running for office for the presidency this time around, and none in sight. And so he's talking about something that's going to stir controversy, but doesn't advance any of the issues he's running on, really. It's just a provocative assertion. Now, look, if someone were to run for president and is a full-blown, full-scale, devout Muslim advocating Sharia law, which is, no question about it, inconsistent with our constitutional freedoms, that would be another matter. But that's not happening. So he's waded into something that will stir controversy, and I'm not sure it advances his cause very much.
But it attracts attention, Britt, because he said it. He's taken it on. He's not afraid of the PC brigades. He's not.
The question, though, Stuart, is his having said that going to make Republican primary voters and caucus goers more likely to vote for him or not? My guess is perhaps not, because they look at him and they say, you know, he's prone to saying things that gets everybody all stirred up and doesn't advance the issues that he's running on.
But it may suggest that non-politicians break through the politically correct facade that we have erected in America, and that makes him popular because he's broken through it.
Well, it may indeed, but there's no shortage of people doing that. Donald Trump being at the top of the list, I'm not sure I'm not sure Ben Carson can win a political incorrectness race with Donald Trump. I'm not sure I know anyone who could.
Why do you think that Marco Rubio, broke into the top four so clearly in that debate?
Well, what it suggests to me is that people are looking at the front runners and saying, well, this is fun and we love the idea of an outsider, but who else out there might be appealing with more experience, and let's take a look. And so for the second debate in a row, Marco Rubio comes across as young and energetic and exceedingly articulate and very well informed on the issues, and a perfectly pleasant fellow. So I think sooner or later this was going to get noticed. I mean, he's really quite well-spoken and conversant, and that's impressive to a lot of people. It's not a majority by any means so far, but, you know, give him time.
Would you agree that politics today and political debate today is far more interesting and entertaining than it was when you were running Fox's Washington bureau just a few short years ago?
Well, at this moment, it is certainly more lively. In fact, if liveliness and entertainment is what you're looking for, this is the place. This political season is the place to watch television, because there's a lot going on in both parties now.
Yes, and I think it's attracting a lot of people to discuss the issues which they've not done before.
Well, that's an interesting point, Stuart. You remember Senator Judd Gregg, the Republican from New Hampshire? He's now out of public office, but I had a conversation with him some weeks back, and his view of the Trump phenomenon was that it would get people interested in the Republican Party, interested in the Republican race, interested in the Republican candidates, and they'd be more likely to vote Republican in the fall. I'm not sure his analysis is correct, but it's interesting.
What is it they say? You must never say, only time will tell. I believe
When I was a street correspondent, Stuart, and you were looking for something to say at the end of your piece that would provide a little analytical touch, that was one thing you never said. And the other thing was, you at all costs avoid a calendar item, such as, the committee will meet again in the morning. Don't say that. Try to say something.
Yeah, I'll try to avoid it too. Brit Hume, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
You too,
Yes, sir.
Thank you.